Do you see them?
See what?
The butterflies.
You nervous?
Yes.
There's no script to this. This is just if you need to take a break, we'll give you a break. Whatever, whatever's needed, we'll figure it out. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Edwin.
And it's Mina.
And in this video, we're gonna be confronting a hater.
This hater, aka Lettie, is not an ordinary hater. She was actually a friend of mine, but she ended up supporting Dasha.
If you guys are familiar with my channel, you probably are aware that Dasha is someone who relentlessly just not only emotionally abused Mina, but also sent her fans to harass us for over a year and a half. Done a lot of horrible things, and you know, Lettie was such a big fan of hers, which is why it took me by surprise when she sent me an email apologizing and also coming through with a lot of screenshots and voice notes, which you guys probably heard in the first two parts of this little mini-series. In some of the emails she sent me, she was also asking if I thought that Mina would forgive her.
And at first I was like, that's not very appealing to me, and it's something that I would not be interested in.
And you know, I can respect that, because when you have haters online and you can't put a face to them, it's easy to say like, okay, yeah, I forgive you. But when you have a personal connection with them, it can be more tough. But then I received an email from Dollar Shave Club saying they wanted to collaborate. And the first thing that pops in my head is the Shane Dawson little series where he met one of his haters and was also sponsored by Dollar Shave Club. So I was like, if we confront her in person, then maybe we can not only see if she's being real, but like what made her
want to do those things.
Right.
Yeah, and then also maybe it'll give me some closure.
I really hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm really proud of it. But before we get started, a message from our sponsors, Dollar Shave Club. I want to give a big shout out to Dollar Shave Club for sponsoring this video and making it possible. If you've heard of Dollar Shave Club and you haven't quite made the plunge onto purchasing it, well, today's the day. DollarShaveClub.com/Edwin, and you can get the first starter kit for just $5. All right, check this out. It comes with. Okay, it usually comes with a razor. Mina.
Ow.
Where's the razor?
It might be in the bathroom where I shave my legs.
Mina. Well, how was it?
It was actually really good. It made my hair go away with one swipe. I used to use a woman's razor and I had like two bits on the top and it kind of stopped me from getting into like areas. And then this time with the Dollar Shave Club.
I used to yesterday up until today when you used Dollar Shave Club. People might look at Dollar Shave Club and think, oh, it's a men's club for razors, but no, it works for women's too. It's all inclusive.
Oh, I also shaved my armpits.
You shave your armpits?
I did that. Well, you filmed it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Whoa.
Where'd they go?
So it comes with 4 cartridges. When you shave your armpit, did you use the shave butter? Mina, not only does this feel really good when you put it on, but it actually helps against ingrown hairs.
Oh.
Yeah.
It does feel really good.
It also comes with a body cleanser. Oh my gosh, so much stuff just for $5. I can't believe it. And the best part, by the way, I haven't said this, but free shipping. This is supposed to come with 3 one-wipe Charlies. Did they do me?
Oh, well, I used one.
Yeah, you used the one. How was it?
It was good.
I'd say use those one-wipe Charlies for special occasions when you really...
Like at a party?
Yeah, it's perfect for
birthday.
a party. Yeah, you never know if they have like bad toilet paper or sometimes no toilet paper at all. But seriously, a big thank you to Dollar Shave Club. If you have not made the plunge and spent those $5 on them, go do it. It's free shipping too. That's the best part. And then like after the first month, you just pay a few bucks to get extra cartridges for your little razor. Plus, if you support them via my link, they'll know and they'll be like, oh, we should sponsor Edwin again. Maybe he can meet more haters.
No, thank you.
I'm gonna buy some for my brother.
Yeah? What does he need?
To shave.
So we're gonna go meet Lettie today.
Yeah, getting ready.
I just feel really nervous.
Why are you nervous?
Because I haven't seen her in a very long time. And I'm like not excited. I guess I'm just like, I'm ready to like hear everything.
I'm a little nervous too. We don't really have a plan for this. I'm actually gonna go meet up with Lettie first, and Mina's gonna go scout out our location because London's really busy and it's raining, so we gotta find like a quiet area.
I think it's gonna be good for me to hear her side of everything, because in that way I'll just understand it more. I'll understand why she chose to do what she did, and I guess it'll feel better, and maybe it'll make it easier for me to forgive her.
But yeah, I'll be meeting up with her first, get a little background on everything, maybe ease the nerves on her, and then eventually we'll meet up with Mina and we'll see how it goes. So yeah.
Hi.
Well, there she is. Hi. Ready for a fun-filled day?
Yes.
Oh, hi. So this is Lettie. When did you get to know Mina first?
We spoke a little bit, like 2014.
14?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Wow,
'Cause
okay.
we both loved Johnny Depp,
Oh, yeah.
so we met at that.
Do you still love
premiere.
Johnny Depp? Controversial. I'm playing.
That's me.
In 2016 is when you actually got to know each other, like talk, okay, and like properly hung out.
Yeah.
When did you start to think that Mina is, I don't know, not a good, I don't know what you would call it, that you started disliking her, I guess?
It was kind of. It was not long after the whole like her and Sia like broke up, and she just started to not talk to me as much, and like she started making friends with all of his exes, and I kind of felt like, oh, you know, like she was I kind of felt like she was using me in a sense, but I don't think she was now. But then I was kind of,
How did you feel used, in what way?
because I knew Sia before she did, so I felt like she was talking to me because I talked to him.
And you were a big fan of Sear?
Yeah,
For how long would you say you were a fan?
a long time.
You're 22 right now? Or 21?
20.
You're 20?
Just 20.
Okay, so you're 20 and you were a fan since you were like 13, 14?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
It's a long time.
That's a long time. Like solid 6 years, 7 years.
So that's why it was kind of hard to kind of let go of that.
Okay, so maybe.
I did feel jealous.
Oh, yeah. You were a big fan. I've seen a picture that you made with Sear all over your head,
Because I've got a huge forehead.
and he was all in that forehead.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not all in there now.
Yeah. God no.
I mean, for the boyfriend's sake, not for.
I'm very nervous.
Okay, good. Mina's very nervous too, I'm sure. So we'll see how it goes. We're gonna dig deep into what goes on in the mind of a hater, right?
Yeah.
Did you say you were a hater?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So Mina's waiting for us. Let's get the nerves out.
Hi. How are
I'm
you?
so sweaty. So I'm really.
Hi. How are you feeling?
Shaky.
What are your feelings towards Lettie, first of all?
Okay, just confused. Because, like, at first, before she's here, I was like, I don't know, like, kind of wary. I was like half and half. Does she still have the same thoughts as before? But, like, now she's here, it's kind of like, it's calm because, like, I realize she's just a person. Like, it's not that big of a deal, but I'm still a little bit shook.
I just like seeing you. It makes me feel really bad for like everything that I did because, you know, I was a bit of a see you next Tuesday, a lot of one. So it just like it makes me feel a bit sad that I've spent so long being so hateful when I lost a really good friend.
When you spoke to Dasha and kind of like agreed with what she said to you, I was just like, oh, okay, like all right, but like it hurt a lot, but it's nice to like have you. Yeah, I don't know. Can we take a moment?
Sure.
I believe that we met on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because I was like I love Doctor Who, Johnny Depp, and all that.
That was why we made friends.
Yeah, we were both Stan accounts for a little while.
I remember your account was TARDIS Poo.
Yeah, it was TARDIS Poo. We went to, I forgot what premiere it was.
It was Mordecai.
So when did the fallout start, would you say?
I felt myself distancing myself from Mina when you and Sia broke up. I felt like you changed a bit and you started to get very revengeful and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And then you started making friends with all of his exes and I kind of felt like, oh, I'm pushed to the side now.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, so we were together and then he like broke up. We broke up. But then he made it seem like we were still together.
Yeah.
So he would always like mess with my mind. And I think that made me want to push people away. But speak to other people because I was like, I want answers. I want to know what's going on. He wasn't telling me the truths. And then people were reaching out to me. And I was like, okay, I'm in this big thing right now. And I just felt like talking to these girls who were also like over by him. It was like, I don't know, some kind of like closure, I guess. It made me feel like I could understand what's actually going on. And yeah, I'm sorry for doing that to you.
So did you reach out to his exes, or how was that?
So I think it's when I made those tweets, I was like making angry tweets, and so a few girls came out to me and they started DMing me and just telling me, yeah, he's done this to me and he said this to me and he promised this. And so I started speaking to them a bit, and I was like, oh my god, so many other people have had the same experience with him.
Well, because I guess that was his attack, that like you reached out to his exes. I mean, did you reach out to any of them, or?
I think there was one girl because she kept following and then unfollowing me.
Then you guys made up at one point, right?
Yeah,
We never really actually like fell out. We just
like drifted away.
yeah, I think in a sense like I couldn't relate to what you were going through because the whole time like I knew Sia, like nothing was ever gonna happen in that way. Like he's never been that way with me, so I was just like the fan that he spoke to. So I kind of felt like I can't get involved, I can't help the way that you needed help as well.
Shortly after the kicking out, there was a point where Lettie, because she was a very involved fan, she reached out to me and was kind of like asking for my side of the story, you know, and all this. When would you say that you became a minion? Or a hater, right? Like our haters were kind of labeled as minions.
Yeah. So like Dasha had messaged me loads of like really angry messages,
Right.
saying like, oh, I've just got back to the apartment and all their stuff's gone, like I don't know what's going on. And then I tried to message you and you didn't reply to me at all.
Around that time, it was really stressful because
Yeah.
she was doing so much, like smashing bottles, being very manipulative, and I was just like, I can't talk to anyone. I just need to focus on like getting out. She was messaging like Neve, who's my best friend, and I don't know, it was just very confusing because I was like, why is she reaching out to everyone? So I was just like, let me just like step back for a moment.
Yeah, that's about the time she started spreading the rumors to your personal friends about like the fake accounts. Like she
Right,
started like telling
yeah.
Leon and Neve.
She even like she tried to convince Neve, who she doesn't even know, that I made the fake accounts, and then Neve was like, did you make these? Like she made her think that I did it, and I was like, no.
Around February, you and I had a Twitter conversation where you asked me for my perspective because, you know, at some point, you know, obviously you watched me and Sear's videos and you were curious as to what went down, and I told you my perspective. At one point, I let you know that I was planning to give my side of the story because they had just done a really big Periscope. And I trusted you. I know I trusted you with that conversation. And I feel like you leaked it because there was another YouTuber that was just like kind of saying similar things that we talked about.
I guess I did.
You told other people about our conversation, like?
Yeah. I don't know. I tried to get your perspective because I had like Dasha telling me all of this stuff, and I wanted to hear your side as well because I wanted to know that I was getting everything right, and the things just I don't know.
It was a really difficult time because just being betrayed by someone who I trusted a lot, and then not knowing who to trust at that point, and I felt like I thought you were a neutral person. It was a hard time because I was getting a lot of hate, you know, and I feel like the way you shared and everything in our conversation was used against me at that point. But it's hard to look back on because that was like really hard for me, you know. See, I even get anxious too, and I'll close up, but like that point, February of last year was like such a low, and to see like parts of our messages being used against me by a big influencer, and then Dasha retweeting it, and all this stuff when I was at my lowest, everybody mocking me online. So that's my hardest confrontation for you, you know, because I don't think you realize the effect of your actions with that point, because it's hard to tell what people are going through behind the computer. That's kind of like my sort of thing that I wanted to sort of express to you, because I think it's important. I think that we need to sort of let people know where we stand, and that's sort of what affected me the most, basically.
Because I'd been a fan of Sears for so long, I kind of just wanted to do anything to kind of keep him trusting me and keep Dasha trusting me, because obviously she was a big influence on him. I wanted to do as much as I could to have them like me and want me to be part of their life, that it kind of, my whole sense of right and wrong was just completely out the window.
I think that's like when I realized, like, okay, we can't talk to anybody. Like I was dumb to trust so many people because it backfired, you know. I wanted so bad for people to hear me out, you know. And then I realized, okay, I can't do that anymore until I make a video sort of sharing everything all at once. And of course, even then, I got hated on for doing it 2 months later or whatever, and then like making it X amount of time long. I don't understand why there should be punishment for an expression of emotion, and that's just how I feel. But I feel like that might be the point where I saw you as a hater, because that was such like betrayal from someone that just watches from the outside.
The point where everyone was talking shit about like my makeup and trying to say that I Photoshop. It was mostly about the insults on how I do my makeup. And were you involved in that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. And I just thought like, okay, like we're all doing makeup, like you do it,
yeah,
she does it. This is really odd, and it really hurt at the time because I was like, oh, ouch.
I know. Again, like wanting Dash's approval because she would make fun, so I was like, oh, I've got to do it too. Whereas like you know, I think you're a beautiful outside and inside. I felt like I had to keep up with the insults and all of that to kind of have Dasha be like, oh yeah, she's a good one. She's one of us.
That's what I was curious about too. So there was like a big group chat, right? With everyone, and Dasha was like saying stuff. Because I'm just curious, was Dasha always like obsessed with talking about me and Edwin? Was she always on about our looks and...
Yeah, she like up to the point where I stopped supporting her, she was still doing it. It was mainly when something would happen that she would come to me, which was, I think, why I also kind of felt important, because we didn't have to talk, but then when something big happened, she trusted me with it. So that's another thing. But she was always kind of talking down on your looks or Edwin's looks or stuff like that from start to end.
You do makeup and you do it really well.
Thank you.
Mina just like does a lot of experimental looks, and like I feel like it's sad that she kind of stopped doing it because of those insults.
Yeah, I know. I used to love doing. I used to love overlining. That was my favorite thing.
Oh, I overline like her.
Yeah.
The part of the makeup that I was more fussed on was like the eyeliner, because sometimes I think it was like coming off sometimes, and I was just like, eh. It was more of a, like, I wish I could just go and help you with it than, you know, like, but then I had to keep up with insulting to have the...
Yeah, if you don't like it, why keep up with it? That's what I don't get.
I didn't, it wasn't like as often that I would insult as all the other people in the group chat, because I wasn't as involved in that group chat as everybody else was.
So okay, so by the way, the group chat is like a WhatsApp, but what is it?
It was a WhatsApp group, yeah.
So everybody gives like their phone numbers?
Yeah.
I guess that's part of the trust thing, huh? Like she just gives everybody their phone number so they feel like that sort of trust. I mean, like, I guess when you look up to someone, they give you the phone numbers.
I mean, it was like she gave me her phone number first time we ever spoke when we were on Instagram, because she wanted to FaceTime with me about it. So I had her number from the get-go.
Right, that's what I've always been curious about, because with me, with Neve, and with you, apparently, she's straight on to like, let's FaceTime, let's get so connected.
At what point did you get Sear's phone number? Because you have Sear's phone number too, right?
Yeah, that was when I got into the group chat. So he never gave it to me at all. It was when we were in the group chat, he was in it. So that's how I got his number.
Oh, okay.
So I was never given it personally.
You just saw him in there talking and...
Yeah.
Why did you do it, even though you could see it was very like, it was a weird thing?
So I have the video right here. Are you ready to watch it?
Everything I am saying is the truth, and even Mina herself will know that everything that I've said in this video is 100% true. It's true.
Dasha sent me that because that was when she had gone through the phone. Oh my god.
She knew how I felt, and she had chosen to ignore my messages, which is fine.
Alright, close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes.
My eyes are closed. I'm scared.
Is this funny to you?